Lunch here this Saturday afternoon. The kids are off at grandma's, the other kids working. My husband had some sort of pork and cabbage dish for lunch, but I decided I wanted pizza. So we have spinach, artichokes, a little bit tomato sauce, garlic, Kalamata olives, the tiny crumbles of cheese or feta. The bigger crumbles are a fresh cheese I made, and then the shavings is all Parmesan. And it is almost time to put it in the oven. I'm really hungry. Oh, I should have taken a picture before I started slicing it. And I wish I had a little bit of mozzarella for some of that melty cheesy goodness, but I've got lots of cheesy goodness, just not melty cheesy goodness. Hi, I thought I would take you along on today's adventure, which is canning grape juice. This is something called hummingbird grape juice. So basically you put the sugar in the bottom and grapes on top, and then you pour boiling water on it. This one's already got its water. And then you can it, and you leave it sit for 4 to 6 weeks. The longer the better. And it's supposed to be a really yummy grape juice. Not as good as if you boiled the grapes and squished the grapes and strained the grapes and let the grapes sit. This is the easier method of doing this. So hopefully it'll still produce a pretty tasty result. These grapes are from Reese's neighbor's yard. He lets us harvest every year. So it's time to put on some lids and get them in the canner. I have a problem. So I decided to clean out the studio for real. And I completely emptied out the studio into the rec room. Which means I now have a giant mess where my rec room should be. All of this is wool fiber, weaving tools, and drum card. This table is mostly stuff I didn't know what to do with. Beading supplies, Mod Podge, that isn't actually a bottle of whiskey, promise. Gifts, garbage, yarn, patterns, fabric, thread, more patterns, books. So, yeah, all of that came out of here. You'll notice there's still a few things in here, but nothing except the pillow underneath the table. The picker's in here because it's just too dangerous to have anywhere else. Look at those nails. Can you see those nails? Look at those nails. All right. So this is how I have it for right now. You've seen that view of it before. So yeah, it's empty. Badger asked me what was wrong with math that allowed all of that stuff in this great big room to fit in this much smaller room. And Reese and I, without batting an eye, looked at her and said interdimensional space. So now I have to get all of that stuff back in this room. I'm kind of tired. Talk to you later. Colors are gorgeous. Ones I did.
This is really pretty.
Oh.
Onion.
Somebody who knows how to
keep good records. Who's good at keeping records? This one's beautiful. It's a dark. What the heck? Well, that's weird.
Camera not working?
All of a sudden, it's like.
maybe it's cold. I'm kidding. So many pictures I run out of battery.
I like the Osage orange. It didn't get orange. It's a
Yellow.
nice yellow.
Yeah.
I like it. I wonder if it's supposed to be, well,
It is. I have
Also
some
get
at
orange?
orange. I'll bring it in next meeting. It is. I dropped Lincoln Longwool, and the ends of the tips are neon orange.
really?
Yeah, which is how I realized that it was Osage orange and not what I thought it was.
I like this one.
That is gorgeous. Which one?
Don't matter.
Yeah. Do you have a garbage out here, Donna?
Right there. Don't get any bigger.
Oh, well. Hey.